Newsflash, douchebag, here's the thing. I thought trolls, idiots and nuisances only occurred and popped up in arcade racers. People that like to purposely drive round backwards around the track when they know they have no chance of winning. People who like to purposely spear you off the road. Or even those people in the crew who like to purposely park their car right on the very edge of the hill jump, blocking you from getting that all-important skill accreditation you need when going through different summit events. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The point is, what I didn't know, what I didn't realise, was that the same type of idiots also rear their ugly heads in simulation type games as well. So here's the thing, I actually did get Project Cars 1. You don't see it on my channel whatsoever because I was one of the people who went through the whole difficulty with the controller and obviously just had to get rid of it. In fact, I got rid of it within a week of buying it, to be quite honest with you. That doesn't mean to say that I'm not going to get Project Cars 2, because I am. There's a lot of reasons why I'm going to get Project Cars 2 and I'm going to go into that on another video. Anyway, what I want to do today is talk about the way in which Project Cars 2 have decided that they're going to deal with online idiots, trolls, etc. Now, you may have heard about it already. In fact, I expect that most of you have done, but essentially they're introducing something called the competitive racing license. Now, me myself, when I think of racing licenses introduced into driving games, I immediately think of things like the original Gran Turismo games, where you had to obviously get your A license, your international license and all that, and essentially the way you were doing it, as you all know, was by achieving and beating certain skill tasks that the game asked you to do, or driving related obviously. But listening to Slightly Mad's Andy Tudor, what they've done here is they've broken it down into 3 different areas. So let's just take a look at how they look. So essentially the competitive racing license, first and foremost, what it looks at is your racecraft. This is racing etiquette, racing behaviour, the way in which you choose to go wheel to wheel with other people on the actual racetrack itself. So those people that like to break the rules, ignore penalties, cut corners, or just like being an all-round cop, what it's going to do is it's going to use all sorts of mathematical wizardry and fairy dust and algorithms to group those sorts of people together. So what you're looking at is, I imagine, some sort of racecraft meter whereby your points will go up and down, obviously based on your on-track behaviour, as I mentioned earlier on. Now obviously not every single online collision is due to people being stupid idiots. There are normal situations where you do have what we like to call racing incidents. So it remains to be seen whether or not the game will be strong enough and smart enough to differentiate between whether or not you've caused a racing incident or it's you being an absolute idiot, because there is going to be some sort of a grey area there. But I guess the more neat and tidy you drive, the more respect you have for other people around you, then it should even itself out. Right, so they've also got an enhanced racing system which basically looks at how successful you are in the race against the level of competition you are up against, allowing you to accumulate points and move up rankings. So essentially, once again, it's quite simple. You're going to be put into a lobby against various different people, and I expect at the beginning of the game you're probably going to be skill matched almost randomly because everyone's skill level is going to start off low. The most interesting aspect of this though, which I found out, is that you will be awarded more points for beating people of a higher skill set than yourself, but at the same time you will lose more points for being beaten by people who are not as good as you. So there's almost like a even balance of an entertaining risk reward system here. Well, I say entertaining, it's not going to be entertaining when you see your rankings going down, which is more than likely what's going to happen to me. But anyway, I digress. The final part of your license is going to be focusing on how much time you spent playing the game. So essentially, it sees how long somebody has been playing the game along with the other points listed above, which allows the game to categorize and group players more accurately and evenly. Now this is good for 2 reasons. The first reason being that when the monthly events start being pushed out, like community events, promotional events where you can unlock certain cars and things like that, or gain access to higher tiers, whatever it may be, I don't know if it's going to be that, but it's going to be along those lines. The events that you are given the chance to play in will be suited to your skill level. So it's almost like they're tailor fitting the in-game experience to the individual, which funnily enough I've not actually heard any other game do. That's actually pretty cool, I like that. But the point is that simulators are obviously not easy if you're not that good at driving games, you know. And these companies, what they want is they want their game to be accessible to everybody, because at the end of the day, that's how you make money. And by tailor fitting the experience, by providing a product which they basically say, do you know what, It doesn't matter if you're pants at driving, it doesn't matter if you're casual, if you're an expert, or if you're world class. We're going to put together a game experience that best fits your play style. I think that's brilliant, and I think they deserve a round of applause for that. And lastly, the other benefit from this is that the esports area of the game, that's where the serious racing is. Those teams that are obviously going around looking for new drivers, looking to recruit, what they can now do is take a comprehensive look at the data on your license and get a very, very good idea of where you're at in terms of your driving style, in terms of your rank, in terms of your experience on the game, and therefore they can make informed decisions when putting these teams together and going off to race at all those different events around the world, which again, I think is marvellous. So there you go guys, a shorter video than normal, but I really wanted to cover this license talk because when I started to understand exactly what it was, the implementation of it, what it involved, I thought to myself, this is actually probably one of those things that deserves a little bit more coverage than it's actually getting. So hit me up in the comments, let me know what you think about the competitive driving license in Project Cars 2. If you're a troll, is it going to stop you from being a troll, or is there going to be a united governing of the troll association that's going to somehow find a way of messing things up still regardless? Or if you're a serious racer, or not necessarily a serious racer, but someone who tries to race their best, do you think this is a good idea? Do you think Slightly Mad have managed to hit the nail on the head with this one and separate the serious players from the nuisances? As always, if it's your first time around here, I wish you a BOURNE welcome. Please don't forget to hit the like button to show support to the work that I'm putting in, and show even more support by hitting that subscribe button and turn notifications on, don't forget that. Check out the Let's Play for Need for Speed Underground 2 I've got going on at the moment. Check out the AutoBOURNE magazine for all your latest car reviews and head-to-head showdowns, and also check out all the other discussion videos I've got going on in relation to the other racing games that have been popping up left, right and centre. Take it easy, please. The Need for Speed 2017 Let's Build project was a concept I put together a few months ago before EA and Ghost released the details of what we now know to be called Need for Speed Payback. So what exactly is it? Well, essentially it's a 6-part series in which I put together my thoughts and my ideas for what I thought would be a decent proposal for this year's entry into the franchise. Each episode has a different theme, and they are as follows: the storyline, multiplayer and social integration, car list, map, customization and tuning. Now, at the time of me putting it together, the only information leaked was that EA had patent pending status on the game name Need for Speed Arena, hence me titling it as such, and also serves as the reason for some of my concept ideas, as well as me utilising the name during commentary. Listen, if you can, go check it out, and please bear in mind it was not a prediction series, it was not a set of reveal videos, and it was put together a good few months before Payback was even announced. It was just a way of me presenting my own ideas for the game to you lovely petrol heads. Give it a watch. Do you like car reviews? Do you check out power tests? Are you a fan of head-to-head showdowns? How about having them all tied together in one convenient place? Welcome to the AutoBOURNE magazine, your one-stop shop for all of the above, presented on a weekly basis with quality content, clean-cut commentary and cars to suit everyone's pocket. What happened when the 370Z went up against the original 240? Was the American muscle car misunderstood by the British? Should you buy the brilliantly stupid John Cooper Works Mini? All questions and more will be answered as part of the AutoBOURNE magazine. Check it out now.